Good evening, junkies. Welcome to eminijunkie.com, your ES Trading Mentor's free trading video for Tuesday, September 15th, 2009. Today we had a total of 6 executable trade signals for a maximum potential of 16 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups and give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via our website at eminijunkie.com. Okay, we opened up this morning, and again, just to recap, these teal bands you see on these charts horizontally, these are support and resistance zones that I identify prior to the market open, and we use those in conjunction with our trading plan. But we had a couple of pre-market trades that both worked out. They are not calculated in this video, but we did have a move down, and we actually were setting up for a gap fill right at the open, and we do have a gap trade that did produce 6 ticks to the downside, and we opened right at 1045.50. We moved down, filled our gap, and went into our confluence zone a little bit and got a little bit of a bounce out of there. As we crossed up through our moving average, we actually had an opportunity to get an extension long that produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the upside for 8 additional ticks, and we didn't quite make it back up to our overnight session highs, and the market actually turned around. As we broke back down through that moving average in the open, and again back down through the closing price, we got back into that band, got a little bit of a bounce, went from one side to the other. We actually got a signal to get short that produced again targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 11 ticks, and that was also a fast extension type move as we went down and hit our pivot. Again, underneath our pivot, we had another area of support that did provide a bounce, and the market moved back up into the band, traded sideways to our moving average before ultimately breaking down into that towards that Globex low. After we put the low in, as we came back through our moving average and traded to the upside, we got an opportunity for a long entry that produced targets 1 and targets 2 as we traded back up to our previous day's close at 1044 for 7 ticks on that particular trade. And then we continued to move back up, found resistance at our open, and pulled back around 11 o'clock going into our lunchtime dead zone. We did pull down through our moving average, got a signal to get short going into lunch, and unfortunately there was no follow through on that trade, so we only got our first contract off, so that ended up being a stop out for a 2 tick loss on that trade. And then there was a setup during lunch, which we did not take. We don't trade between 11:30 and 1:15. That's this red area on the chart. We call that our lunchtime dead zone, and we just avoid it because usually the volume's a little lighter and there's some increase in volatility, so we just avoid that altogether. And the market continued to climb, and you can see it kind of bouncing around our bands on the way up. Coming out of lunch, we actually did come back through our moving average, gave us a signal as we were rejected off our confluence zone, and we got a signal to get short. Unfortunately, that moved down and hit our target to the tick where we would have gotten taken out, but since we didn't trade through, I'm not going to count that as a target 1. I'm going to count it as a full stop out T0 minus 14 ticks. So even with that loss at the very end of the day before our 3 o'clock quitting time, we still ended up with 6 trades total for 16 ES ticks. And you can see after the 3 o'clock hour, we went up to a 1052.25 band that was very important for us. We came within a tick of that, and it was rejected back down. But nonetheless, we had a market that stayed in the range that we were expecting to today. We were able to exploit it for 16 ticks. I want to thank you for watching it. For more details on this plan, including chart setups, or to join our live trading room, our video newsletter, please visit us at eminijunkie.com. Thanks, and make it a great day.